This episode is powered by Safety FM.
The following program is rated MALSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Finally, show with the balls to call it like it is. Rated R Safety Show on Safety FM.
Countdown to audio torture.
The Rated R Safety Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Let the eardrum pain begin.
Forget the corporate bullshit. This is the Rated R Safety Show with your host, Dr. It doesn't matter who the host is.
Well. How are you doing today? On this glorious Wednesday, September the 25th, day 268th of the year, and only 97 days left until we see the 2020. Anyways, did you have fun in the overnight? I know that it's been a while since we spoke. Yeah. Less than 24 hours, I have to say. Anyways, I don't know. I've been giving some thoughts and some consideration to some things. And I keep on talking about that you can come to safetyfm.com or safetyfm.live and listen to the streaming radio station. And then I tell you all the time that how at noontime you can take a listen to the Rated R Safety Show. But I did notice that I have been screwing up as I say that. What do I mean? I tell you that you can listen to us at noon, but that is the drop of the podcast, not the actual time that we are streaming on the radio station. Is this important? I don't know, but I'm sharing it and I'm talking about it right now. So maybe, just maybe, baby, I will just go ahead and start releasing the Rated R Safety Show at noon on safetyfm.com, safetyfm.live, and of course the Safety FM app, and you already are aware that we are available on an Alexa skill. So maybe we'll just release us all the way around at noon Monday through Friday. Oh, yeah. Monday through Friday. But anyways, that's what I wanted to share. I don't know why I wanted to talk about that right away. Anyways, normally last week, I said normally last week. How does that make any sense? Last week on Wednesday, we did a rant. Well. I didn't want to go digging through reading of some rants, and then there has been some few recordings of rants, but we're not going to do that today. Today, we're just going to go straight into the news.
Here is the news on the Rated R Safety Show.
So taking it from the top, Amazon is expected to roll out new toys and features today at its press event. Something CNET says to look for. Here we go. Here's the top of what CNET has to say. A more powerful home speaker. Is there anything wrong with the Alexa? I thought the Alexa was pretty good. Wearable high-tech glasses. Oh yes, nerds rejoice. Alexa earbuds to take on the Apple AirPods. And even, are you ready for this? Dun, dun, dun. A home robot. But the details will be announced later. I don't know if they're really going to go into much of the specifics right there. Anyways, let's go up to our friends in North America. As part of Canada, the Tories have jumped ahead 3 points over the Liberals in Canada. Ahead of the election that could oust Justin Trudeau as Prime Minister. The polls is just outside of the margin of error. It comes after a bad week for Trudeau, who has been shown wearing blackface makeup in photos and trying to distract from the scandal with aggressive anti-gun policy rollout. Well, what do you think of this blackface controversy with Trudeau? And believe me, not going into any politics here. I do not talk about politics on the Rated R Safety Show. So what do you think? Is it a controversy? How do you think about this whole thing? Do you think that it's odd that the pictures and videos have popped up now, years and years after the incident. Just something to think about, but also something that could have an impact. Anyway, let's move forward here. Apple's new operating system update comes with pressing fixes for emojis. Previously, their mosquito emoji only had 5 legs, and its squid had misplaced siphon, the organ it uses to move, breathe, and relieve itself, according to The Verge. The abacus is also now vertical and previously had been horizontal, and it would have never been used in that way. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you have that much fucking time to sit around and look at emojis and say, hey, there is this mistake with this emoji and that mistake with this emoji, man, you really need to get a life. Now, if you're an emoji manufacturer and this is what you do, okay, different story. But man, if you are an emoji user and this is the stuff that you're coming up with, get a life, man. Anyways, I'm sure you've heard about the Samsung rollout of the Galaxy foldable smartphone was sort of a disastrous one. It still hasn't even hit the shelves after preview models that went out to tech reviewers were widely panned. Oh, yes, I said panned. But Samsung says there will be a 24/7 support center when it does launch. And you can purchase the screen replacement insurance for, are you ready for this? $149, which is good for the first year. So I don't know if you've seen this phone, but what takes place is when you fold the bad boy, it almost becomes more pocket size. I guess you can say that it's almost like the entire size of a basketball player's hand when you take a look at it. But when it's folded, it becomes more along those lines of a smaller phone. But the screen has cracked in several of the different ones that I have seen tested online. So would you make the investment on the foldable phone? And if the foldable phone becomes popular, will Apple follow and do the same? I'm not saying that Apple mimics Samsung, but they do have some similarities. What do you think? So here's one that's going to make some people mad. Here we go. University of Sheffield study says that eating gluten-containing flour is totally safe for healthy people. And the gluten-free craze is just an expensive way to trick people. What do you think? Let's continue. The study was double randomized, meaning that the investigators couldn't selectively pick the participants, and the participants didn't know if they were having gluten-containing items or gluten-free flour, according to Dr. Andrews from the Medical College of Wisconsin. So what do you think? Do you think that the gluten-free bullshit is true, or do you think that it's just something to get you tricked up and spend more money? Now, I am not going to tell you that I am a healthy connoisseur by any means.
Duh.
I will tell you that I will dabble here and dabble there and take a bite out of crime, if you want to put it that way. And I will say I have had some gluten-free stuff, and maybe it was more of a placebo, but I did think at the time that I did feel better. So here's some interesting stuff. A walrus attacked and overturned a small Russian boat used by researchers in the Arctic Ocean this week. They were on board a rubber boat to study wildlife. It is believed that the walrus was protecting her cubs. Now, I think that's pretty interesting because that could have become totally disastrous on what could have been the outcome there. But nothing wrong with protecting your own. And I know a few weeks ago we did talk about Netflix, and we're going to continue down the path right now. So take a listen to this one. Netflix stock slipped negative for the first time ever on Tuesday. Its value has slowly eroded as other networks and platforms launch their own streaming service. Disney and Apple are two major players expected to have original streaming content out before the end of the year.
Duh.
Now, I will tell you, this is the second news story that we have talked about where Netflix is losing either market share or people are pissed off about Netflix. And then it references on how it is starting to lose money. Are you going to go to any of these two new platforms? I have to tell you, the Disney one with the price point on how it's all tied in together seems pretty interesting. And believe me, they are not a sponsor of the motherfucking Rated R Safety Show. But it is interesting on what the price point will be. Let's continue. Northern parts of Idaho and Montana could get snowfall this week. Oh yeah, snowfall already. It would start late Wednesday night and continue into Friday. The weather system would be part of a cold front pushing south into western states, while the Midwest and Southeast get unseasonably warm temperatures. Oh, let me not even talk about climate change, because it would be very interesting. And it might turn into a political rant. Now, I'm going to mention this next part because it's been part of the news since yesterday, or at least I heard it yesterday, so I want to talk about it. Impeachment. Oh, yes, I know I said those words, but I don't like to talk about politics, but I just want to reference this because, like I said, it was already in the news. President Trump has promised to release a full transcript of his phone calls with the Ukrainian president, as Nancy Pelosi has promised to open an inquiry into whether the content of that call constitutes some sort of crime. And I am sure there will be more and more news about this here in the very, very near future. Now, I already did tell you earlier in the week about the lottery. A sole ticket holder in Michigan won Saturday night's $80 million Powerball jackpot. Tonight's drawing will be for $40 million or $27.6 million cash payout. Let's get to some of my favorite stuff right now. And this is the days of the year that you can celebrate. Another fucking long list. Binge Day. International Ataxia Awareness Day. Math Storytelling Day. National Comic Book Day. National Cooking Day. National Food Service Employee Day. National Crab Beat Newburgh Day. National Lobster Day. National One Hit Wonder Day. National Research Administrator Day. National Psychotherapy Day. Oh yeah, I might need a little bit of that.
Duh.
National Tune-Up Day. World Dream Day. National Women's Health and Fitness Day. World's Pharmacist Day. World School Milk Day. Man, what is this mess? How many days are there that you can celebrate? Anyways, you've been listening to the Rated R Safety Show. As I've asked you previously this week, please find us on your favorite podcatcher. Make sure that you subscribe or smash the fucking button, and it will send you a notification and give you all of the newest downloads as they come. Like us, leave us a review, tell us what you like, tell us what you hate, and we can move forward from there. I know who you are, you know who I am. Love you, mean it, bye.
Duh.
More sarcasm than a Mortal Kombat beatdown. Rated R Safety Show.
The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and its guest and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within this podcast are only examples. They should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the position of the company. No part of this podcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic, recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast, Jay Allen.
This episode has been powered by Safety FM.